Hello, this is Dr. Yang. Today we have in the news where a few dozen people overdose on drug in Connecticut Park out there in the open. Here's another saying more than 70 people. Again, I'm not there, so I don't know what's how many people actually overdose. But this is a location, New Haven Green. This is near the Yale University campus. Again, Yale is world renowned Ivy League college. Again, this is New Haven. It's right by coastal in Connecticut, United States, with New York south of it, and then Boston northeast of it. Again, what's synthetic cannabinoids? It's actually a chemical substance that's made in the laboratory. And they usually mix it up with grass substance or so in some liquid form usage. And with the grass, they sort of smoke it like you would a cigarette, like marijuana, supposedly. And let's see. So cannabinoids act through the basically most drugs, actually not most, but many drugs act by modulating the normal receptor system in your body. So they just sort of mimic, either they affect it positively or negatively. And synthetic cannabinoid is sort of like a synthetic form of marijuana substance. It acts on the cannabinoid receptor in the body. The one of the main active compound in marijuana is THC. Again, they all act on this receptor, and this receptor in your body, it actually exists. I read up on Wikipedia, and it exists in most mammals' central nervous system and also the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is basically your brain and your spine, and then peripheral nerve is all the nerve that branch out of it. So it's a receptor that's present in mammals. And what it does, it actually modulates a lot of things from physiologic to cognitive processes. It actually has something to do with fertility, pregnancy, pre and postnatal development, appetite, pain sensation, mood, memory. And also, people also say in physical, when you have physical activity and you get this runner's high, it's one of the many substances and receptors that cause this euphoria feeling. Again, there's always a side effect, right? Because these chemicals are not naturally part of your receptor regulating system in your body. It's just something you add extra to it. And a lot of times they're not pure. They're always modified, since it's made up in the laboratory. They're always modified to sort of escape the legal systems to make it. So if they make one chemical illegal, they just modify it, and so it's really hard to know what's in the batch that you're getting. And there's also been stories where people actually die because these substances are also spiked with other substances to prolong the effect or to enhance the effect. So it's been sort of mixed with rat poison before, and a lot of people overdose and went in with bleeding issues from various parts of your body. It also been sort of added with narcotic things like fentanyl. Fentanyl, again, it causes a high, so they sort of act together. But fentanyl and other narcotic, they have a respiratory depressant. They could stop you from breathing if it's overdose. So anyway, I don't know if that's in fact what they took. But the desirable effect of synthetic cannabinoid for the users is that they raise their mood, they make them relax, but they also alter their perceptions, so they're not as much aware of the surrounding. They also have some psychosis where they're disordered and delusional, detached from reality. The psychotic effect are like extremely anxiety, confusion. They're paranoid. They don't trust anybody. Hallucination. They see things that may or may not be there. And the other effect is could get rapid heart rate, vomiting, violent behavior, suicidal thoughts. Again, if they're mixed with other chemicals like narcotic, you could have respiratory issues, etc. Now, why it's synthetic? Because it's basically a lot cheaper. And so I saw another article. I think it was in Rolling Stone. Again, I try to do some research for these videos. They said once a real marijuana go for $350 on the street, and this synthetic drug costs about $50 online, about $10 a bag at street corners or shops, and one of the video that I saw actually says it's like $1 a joint. So it's just really cheap, and it's very popular with young kids and homeless people, and so it's actually pretty sad. It's sort of going after the people who are looking for cheap high. So now here on one of the other article, it says one of the doctor at Yale actually says it was laced with fentanyl. Again, fentanyl is a very, very potent narcotic. It's more, I think like 30 times, 40 times more potent than heroin, in that you just need a very small amount. And so I think, fentanyl is approved for anesthesia as a pain medication. But the anesthesia dose usually is about 50 to 100 microgram. So if you give a milligram of it, that could kill someone by stopping their breathing. So again, this is all preliminary. Here's another thing. Again, one of the sometimes it's called different names. There's K2. There's a bunch of other names as well. Again, there's all these interesting packagings. Some of them just look outright dangerous, but it's just a variety of packaging, and it's even one says Scooby, like Scooby snack. So they're definitely going after kids and anyway. But they also sell it in the store as I think it was potpourri or incense. So some even label that it's not for human use, but then the fact is, the reality is people are using it to get high. Again, I saw another video here about Inside Edition back in 2015. So this drug's been around for a while. I think it just got more serious. I think there was 7,000. I think I saw it on another website saying that, a governmental website saying that there was 7,000 calls about this drug's overdose, just on the poison control line. Again, that's not saying there's actually a lot more who probably went to the ER, and there are probably even more who are just out there, suffering, or overdosing on this drug. Again, this is an interesting video showing all the effects. So I'm just gonna play it. Again, the question goes, why, like smoking and other things, why are people allowed to sell these things? And I think there was another story, another video saying in a treatment center, they say, people are going to use things if they have a reason to. So the true problem is really, why are people motivated to take these medications? Why are people in the streets? Why are people struggling and stressing out and looking for a high? Again, this is sort of a society issue. But anyway, I hope there's none of these overdose turn to death. And anyway, I wish everyone well. Again, this is Dr. Yang, and I hope you, if you enjoy the channel and want to support me, go ahead and hit the likes button and the subscribe button, and feel free to share with your friend. Thank you so much.